In this example, we have ourselves a proportion which two fractions have been set equal to one another, and we'd like to solve this. So if you'd like to try it first, go ahead and pause the video and do so, and then come on back and we'll work it together. Alright, so when we're solving proportions, we have a pretty smooth way of doing this by just doing cross products and then setting those cross products equal to one another. And it doesn't matter which side we put what on. So let's start with 14 times 3. So 14 times 3 equals, and then this 10.5 is being multiplied by the x minus 3. Of course, the x minus 3 is two terms, so it's very important that you put those terms in parentheses. Because if you don't distribute and multiply that 10.5 by both of those terms, well, your problem won't come out correctly. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we have. So 14 times 3 is 42 equals 10.5x minus, it looks like 31.5. So we're trying to solve for this x here, so let's go ahead and add 31.5 to both sides of this equation. So on the right side, of course, those 31.5s cancel. On the left side, we'll end up with 73.5 equals 10.5x. So this 10.5 is being multiplied by the x. So let's go ahead and do the opposite of multiplication, and let's divide both sides by 10.5. So the x here is going to be equivalent to, well, 73.5 divided by 10.5. Well, we don't really like to have these decimals mixed with this fraction, so let's go ahead and move this decimal over once and move this guy over once. And the way we did that was just multiplying this fraction by 10 over 10. So then we see that we have 735 divided by 105. Well, that actually is going to be 7, so that's going to be nice. So we can say 7 equals x, or if you don't like to have the x on the right side, we could say x equals 7. And we can just use the symmetric property of equality and just switch these two sides around. So in our case here, x equals 7. Let's go ahead and plug it back in just to kind of ensure that it works. So we have this 10.5 over 14 equals 3 over, and our x was 7, so 3 over 7 minus 3, so that's 4, so 3/4. Well, so we're saying 10.5 divided by 14 is going to be 3/4. Well, how can we do that? Well, the same way. Let's go ahead and move these decimals over. So we'll move it once here and once here. We'll add that 0 in. And again, we just did that by multiplying by 10 over 10. So now we have 105 over 140. And I wonder, will this fraction reduce to 3/4? Well, let's go ahead and start by dividing a 5 out, because I know that'll come out nicely, which looks like 21 over 28. And then if I simplify by 7, I will have, hey, yeah, 3/4. So I see that this does work out, that these two fractions are indeed equivalent to one another when the value for x that we use is 7.